Good morning. It's the 14th of February 2024. RTE refuseniks. Refuseniks was some type of a Russian name for people who refused to fight in the war. But we have two people involved in the Public Accounts Committee of Radio Television Ireland's national broadcaster. Now, some of the subscribers and some of my viewers come from far away from Ireland. This is primarily an Irish channel dedicated to changing the course of Irish politics. But you're all welcome, but you may not understand some of this or some of the nuances involved. So, Myra Doherty is a long-time established media person in RTE, I think. She was involved in the River Dance presentation, which was very good. I have no issue with her, but anyway, she was high up in Radio Television, which is not the same as Real True Education, Not Fake News. And there's a committee now into all the shenanigans that went on. And this is her photograph. And is it so? She's sent medical certificates. She won't attend the Public Accounts Committee, and that's all right. That's her decision. Now, the next one is Dee Forbes. Now, I don't know when Myra Doherty was appointed or who appointed her. It's a while back, so I haven't the time to research that. But I know that Dee Forbes would have been appointed in the tenure of Eamon Ryan, our esteemed Minister for Communications and Energy. Now, recently, Michael O'Leary, the chief executive of Ryanair, said that he is incompetent and he's an idiot. And Claire Byrne, the RT presenter, said he's not incompetent and he's not an idiot. And Mr. Ryan has come out and said he's not incompetent and he's not an idiot. So he's talking about himself. Now, I made a video before about the incompetents and the idiots. I think it's fair to say Mr. Ryan cannot escape one of the handles. So if he's not incompetent on the right-hand side of the doll, then he needs to move over to the left and join the idiots over there, because he, in my opinion, he's both. But he was involved in the appointment of this Dee Forbes. She was all the swanky one. She was originally born in Ireland, but she went to England. She was involved in the media there. And, she's a woman. She's a woman. And she's woke. She's woke. She's for LGBTQ and mass migration and lovely. And she knows the weather in 100 years' time. She understands how Mr. Ryan is going to change the climate. He's one of the few people in the world whose policies can actually change the climate in 100 years' time. In 100 years' time. Meanwhile, he takes all the climate refugees from the world into Ireland. He wants 5 million into the island of Ireland, and she was never picked issue with him or anything else. So she was a safe pair of hands. RT is nothing, only a mouthpiece for the government. And I see now that Sinn Féin has proposed a bill that will do away with the licence fee. I wonder what else will they come up with. If there's anyone there who supports Sinn Féin, could you tell us what is Sinn Féin's policy for RTE? My own is up in the air. I want the Montrose studios in Donnybrook in Dublin converted into, make a town out of it. Units for living in, 5 stories high, made with proper planning, with proper architecture, with a competition for the best design, in which I would make my own contribution, with the SEA done for it, the Strategic Environmental Assessment, and then the EIA and all the rest, because it's a big project. The problem is we cannot have that. We cannot have that. I would have shops in it and all the rest. Because if there are units there, if there are 500 housing units in that building, which our parents and grandparents paid for long ago, every one of them will go to migrants coming into Ireland. Every one of them. They'll advertise over in the Congo, over in Zimbabwe, over in Pakistan, Uzbekistan and Kurdistan and every other stan, and they'll award them all to those people so that our wealth goes to them. And the reason is that they hope they will vote for these people um, and they want to destroy the Irish way of life and the Irish diaspora. Both, I don't know so much about Myra Brennan, Myra Doherty. She had a musical thing that flopped. I won't comment. I mean, you can't guarantee every film will be a success, I suppose. But in any event, one of the big things is that it proves that Eamon Ryan is an idiot and is incompetent. He was involved in the appointment of Dee Forbes, and Dee Forbes has said publicly she regrets ever coming near Ireland. But yet she was involved in this pay thing and this barter accounts and the whole lot. Now that's the first part of it. The last part of it, folks, is we got to get away with government by celebrities. We got to get away from government by Cher, by Robert De Niro, by Bono. Celebrities who get rich and are not prepared to accept the wealth and enjoy it and share it in a bit of a philanthropic or a charitable way. They want to force me to change my life and to stop farming. You have Greta Thunberg. She was charged in London and the court let her off with criminal offences. So this idea of having these celebrities who can sing and act in a film and pretend to be somebody else is ridiculous. Or I can sing too. No bother for me to sing. It's very hard to get anyone to listen to me. That's the problem. But that is the point about it. We got to get away. We got to reject and identify celebrities, and people trying to influence us just because we know them and because they're fairly well known. We got to find out, identify them. And when we see that coming in, spot it for what it is. It's propaganda, and reject it and get back to real knowledge and information. And you notice here, I have real here. That's an R there. Real on my thing. Reality is big. Folks, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. The thing about it is, in the public service, you could get the army, for example, and you could have, let's say, an officer, a captain, and he could be a right little beggar's get, a right bad one. And you could have Paddy and Jack, and he could drive out Sergeant Paddy by pure harassment, because they can do what they like. And he could then try to drive out Jack as well, because he doesn't like him and he has a favourite of his own. He could rely on Paddy to make a statement to condemn Jack. You understand? So Paddy's gone. We'd say this is Paddy. Paddy's gone, and then he wants to use Paddy's evidence to destroy Jack. And Paddy might refuse. Paddy might say, "No, I know what you're up to. You're using the rules of the army for personal spite and vindictiveness." So this is the problem with forcing people to come. Now, both of these people have given family quotas, health and family circumstances. Well, family circumstances would not work in a court of law. If either of these two ladies had witnessed an armed robbery on the way home from work one day and made a statement at the time, when the court case would come up, they would be brought over and summoned by force, and if they don't attend, they'd get a jail sentence. And the doctor who prescribed and who gave the certificate would be forced to testify under oath, and a second doctor opinion could be insisted on by the court. It doesn't work if you really want to stop it. I've just given the ups and downs. Comment underneath for folks. I want the RTE horsed out to Ballycoolan, but until we get a change of government, it's very dangerous. You know what they're going to do with that premises. So for now, you're nearly better keeping them ticking over there for a while. And we'll see you back for something else and comment. Thank you very much.